when a young boy in an Orthodox Jewish home, in a comfortable one, the well-fed cosmopolitan type Jews, just like we had in the times of the Greeks, he calls someone and he says, I have questions, I have some spiritual things I need to figure out. What is spiritual? Is it imaginative? What do you mean by that? Now, I don't know what the question is, but I have questions and I want to figure it out. Here's a beautiful frum Arab taking a blonde lady. He has a beard and a yarmulke in the Uber. Beautiful. And the lady, you know, as long as you don't have a puppy dog, it's not against the religion to take in the dog. So his questions are usually questions of faith, afterlife, reward and punishment. How does the God of the rich deal with the poor? You know, it's always been comfortable for him. But the question wasn't to have a beard like the Uber driver, or whether or not, because nobody in his family has a beard. The only person in his family simcha that has a beard is his rabbi, because he's paid to have the beard. And when the shliach leaves his community in Crown Heights and he migrates over to the well-fed cosmopolitan Jews, as you could hear like Rabbi Vigler in Manhattan say, Upper East Side or something, he would say, I'm working with the affluent community. And what about the affluent community? What type of Torah do they have? So he obviously doesn't understand what he's saying. He just says it. But when we look at it philosophically, it's very interesting. So when his father comes to shul, always in a custom-made proper suit, and sits among his friends who are like-minded, those are different questions. And in the history of the Chazal and different sectarian groups, something that we can see a lot, it paints a very clear picture through the eyes of the Dead Sea Scrolls. The groups differed not on whether or not there was an afterlife or if God had help in creation through angels, but the difference was when to pray and what was considered pure and impure. Could you slaughter an animal, a pregnant animal, and would the baby be kosher or not? Does fish need to be shechted? Little technical, what's tameh? Does tumah travel up like a salmon fish? Those questions is what really set apart groups. So it's like saying to use the Eitiv and not to use the Eitiv. That would be a very modern example of a very foolish, archaic nonsense. So the well-fed cosmopolitan, wealthy class boy who doesn't know what it's like to pray to the God of the poor. He sits down to shul, and he never had a God that would answer, don't worry, I have a plan for you. He says, I need an extra 29 million because we want to do this and we want to do that. And this God never said, don't worry about it, I have great plans for you. There were no plans, there were only action. He would put his eyes to the Aron Kodesh and he would go on in his day and take the money that he has and make more money. So his questions are not whether to have a beard or whether to use the Eitiv or not. His questions are of the type that Jews differed in their faith. Some believed in an afterlife, in the existence of angels, and some didn't. And he's trying to make sense of things that I don't know yet. I'm curious, what does an Orthodox boy in a modern context, in a modern world, have? I'm curious. We'll soon see. As Hirschber Horvitz, who was teaching Gemara in Oxford, he was an ex-Breslever Chassid of 200 years ago, would say, Hashem gave me Parnasa to teach Gemara to the Galachim. I'm so proud, I'm so happy. This is a great tool. I'm respected here. You won't have a shliach say, wow, I'm so lucky. I've migrated to a community where they don't give a damn. They look at me like a holy guy and I don't judge them and they don't judge me. I could move comfortably and maneuver. All I have to do is pretend, but they could never catch me on anything because they're Amaratzim. He'll never say that in a Dvar Torah, thanking God for the beauty of going from a place of discomfort to a place of comfort, to a place of blind faith over rational thought, to a place where people don't even give a damn. Just live good, like Kahela says. Be happy with the ones you love. Toiv leiv mishta tamid. He can't say that in a Dvar Torah. He could say a miracle story which sounds impossible and sounds untrue, but the intention is that the head is magical. You're giving credence to the boss, and that is accepted upon, and the poor need that and want that. They need hope. So Obama says, hope and change, and that's how you get the vote of people who really don't know who to vote for anyway. So it's not really dishonest. Thank you for watching.